Okay, it's July the 31st, 2021, and it's, uh, in that, it's 5:15 something in the afternoon. I dreamed, first of all, I slept for a really long time. I slept from the early morning hours until the mid afternoon hours. I guess I've been up since about 2 or so. And when I woke up, I realized, well, I mean, I remembered the dream starting when I was dreaming it. Uh, and, uh, but I've been up for a while. I walked the dogs. I made coffee twice. I've been watching Joe Rogan. Uh, and, but now I'm sitting here watching Joe Rogan, and I'm remembering that I remembered this dream, right? It's real vivid. I possibly remembered a little bit more right after I woke up, but I still remember a considerable amount of it. So it's really kind of a fraction of a dream. Uh, Basically, what the premise of it was, I was in a nightclub, and I was there kind of as a VIP former employee, and it was a nightclub owned by a guy that I wrote about in my book called, what did I call him in the book? SC. We'll just call him SC. And I was in this nightclub, right? And like, there was a couple people that were paying attention to me, but like, pretty much I was just kind of sitting at the bar. Um, I don't think I was actually drinking anything, maybe smoking a cigarette. And the club structure itself was something. This was like this. First of all, it's a it's a um, recurring dream for me to be in a club setting. A lot of times in the club setting, I'll be trying to DJ and can't get the music started. The last couple of dreams like of that, recurring series I have has been have been different. Um, this particular one, it's just that I was in a club setting, and it kind of seems like it wasn't even a adult nightclub. It was just like an adult dance club, and I was sitting at the bar, maybe smoking a cigarette. The club was packed full of people, and I was sitting directly across from this like door that went to the outside, and the door was open because there was a line of people outside, like they had it cordoned off, like where the guy could move the thing, and let VIP people in, whatever. All that was going on outside. The door was open, so like where I was sitting, I could see through that door to the outside. And some reason, all of a sudden, this guy starts getting loud, and I realize he's reaching for a gun in his pocket, and so then becomes this really it happened really quick, like it was in real time, like as fast as it would happen in real life. So, but for purposes of illustrating it here, I have to break down just literally fractions of seconds into words. So, I noticed the guy was reaching for a gun. I also looked to his immediate right to his friend, and I see that his friend is also reaching for a gun, and I see the guy's got on a white shirt, and the gun's like somehow under his shirt, and I see that the gun's carriage is square. So I identify the weapon as a Glock, and I realize I have the thought. This is to myself in the dream. I think to myself, and maybe I was even aware I was laying in the bed at this point, which is common for me. Um, so I realize that it's a Glock, and I think to myself, I gotta watch that guy because Glock guys are accurate, right? So, uh, so hold on. Okay, so see that, and then after all the time I'm thinking that, I'm reaching for my like gun that was in my pocket. This was my little 380 auto that I call Zoe. And that's a completely different story why I call it Zoe, because I had a little dog named Zoe and she died, etc., etc. So I'm reaching for mine. I get mine out. I operate the carriage to get up one in the cartridge in the chamber, and then I sight on the guy the first guy that has his gun out now, and he's pointing at the club owner, who I realize is sitting right next to me. So I fire one round, and it hit the guy right between the eyes, and he drops. Okay, then I sight on the guy to next, and by that time, the guy's full sighted on me that has the Glock, and uh, I sight on his chest. Now, at this point, this is aside from what I'm saying. Put that to the side for a second. Now, another part of the dream was I had to describe all this that I'm describing now to the cops, with club owners sitting there listening. So instead of having to describe it twice, in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to say, and then I described this just like I've described previously in this video. Okay, um, so after I dropped the guy with one between his eyes, I sight on the guy with the Glock, and he's immediately sighted on me. And so I sight on his chest, and I fire one round. Okay, so I fire a round. He looks at me like, he's like, "You're bleeding." And I look at myself, and I realize he didn't hit me. I'm like, "Nah, I didn't hit you, but you hit me." And so he smiles. So then I fire again at his chest, and he's still alive. He's still talking to me. I don't know what he said. He's going down fast on the second one, but he's still alive. So then I fire a third one and hit him between his eyes, and then he drops. So then, obviously all the club people scattered, because there's a gunfight. And then the cops come. They want to talk to me. I tell them all that, like I just said, and that minute detail, like I just said. And then, like, the cops leave, and like the club owner is like overjoyed, like it's like he's proud, like this guy saved my life, meaning me. And so, like I sit at the bar, they buy everybody drinks. I'm not even sure if I drink anything. I don't think I do. Maybe I think I realized I got like a Diet Coke, sitting there drinking, and then like it's almost like a party. And then I'm why they're partying so hard, because like this guy saved Steve's like life, and and then it's like the party kind of dwindles as time goes on, and it's really late, and I'm sitting at the bar. There's this real good looking girl sitting there, and I start to realize like this girl's in there with me and her alone in this certain room where the bar is. I realize like this girl's in there with me, almost like as a reward for doing good, by like saving the club owner's life. Like here's this girl, and she's willing and able and all that, et cetera, and et cetera. So, okay, so that was one. But another thing about that dream is like, I normally dream in color, almost 100% of the time, and there's always something that points out to me why it's in color, like something stands out, so that I can remember that was in a color, so that I can remember that my dream was in color. This dream, it's almost like it was in black and white, but it's more like it was in brown and white. It was like everything was so dimly lit. It was like it was at night, and almost like I was looking at it through cat's eyes. Like just almost everything was almost like the lights were off, and I was seeing it through like cat vision, right? And then that dream was over. Then all of a sudden, there's another dream came, and it was in like normal lighting, like normal, it was like, well lit like regular life, and like I don't even remember what that dream was about, but I remember laying there in a lucid state like I was, that I thought, ugh, I don't like that dream as much because the lights are on, and like that was, and then when I woke up, I slept for so long that like I don't know, like I was in some kind of weird state, like everything, the truth was revealed to me. Like I need to clean up my house. My house is filthy. I need to clean up my house. I need to get rid of all these animals. Like somehow that was revealed to me, and then like I went outside. I was walking the dogs. I was letting the dogs play in the yard, and I was drinking coffee. I had my phone there, cigarettes, and trying to wake up. And it was almost like I don't know. It took me well over 2 hours to completely wake up from sleeping that soundly, and plus having that dream. I don't know. So like normally at this time I'll analyze the dream. I don't know that analysis could be a lot. It could be like I don't know. I guess it could supposed to be I'm supposed to be like a hitman or a killer or a security guard or something. Like I was in a club setting and normally I'd be DJing in. Well, I wasn't DJing. I had a gun, so maybe I need to run security, work security in a club, something. I don't know. It seemed like I don't know. It's really weird also that the dream was at the same time that dream was pretty close to being in black and white. It's also I don't really have any analysis for it. It was I don't know, maybe if I was to get really young and Freud about it, I would say like I'm searching my life, looking for a way to be a hero, something like maybe that's why I'm so intent on mowing grass. So I have to be the hero that mows the grass when it saves the family money and nobody, they don't have to pay somebody else to mow the grass. Something I'm searching out my life